Damn, I just lost over $20,000 in value in my Apple and Tesla stocks. Not to mention the 1.92% loss in the Dow Jones, 2.37% loss in the S&P 500. It goes without saying, it was a little bit of an expensive day. I just wanted to make this quick emergency video to tell you guys what is going on, what I'm doing about it. Am I worried? What are my plans? And what should you do during these troubling times? All this and more in today's extra video. Hello and welcome to the Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, volunteer paramedic, and today I'm also $20,000 poorer. If you are anything like me and you are sick and tired of the DC swamp from both parties, focusing far more on their careers and personal gain, then you should check out my book, America Hijacked, where I show the past 50 plus years of lies, both from the left and the right, and the massive corruption in the core of our government. The link is in the description below. Please check it out. Doing so helps support me and this channel, and it's something I appreciate. Thanks. Now, before we get into this week's stock values and why they have plummeted, a quick background as to why they have fallen. Now, it's a little bit tough to pin any investor skittishness on any one thing. The virus pandemic is spreading around Europe, and there has been talk of another lockdown being possibly in the UK. Then, a group of investigative journalists detailed suspicious activity filed by global banks, causing shares of multiple banks to plummet this week. Then there was Nikola, not to be confused with Tesla, and their shares are down 36% in pre-market trading after Trevor Martin announced that he was leaving the board. Clyde, are we going to repeat this? Can you lay down? Yeah, I'm trying to do videos again. Okay, well, you're just going to sit there. Okay. Nikola has been battling allegations that claim they lied to the public about their technology. As if this wasn't a screwed up enough week, then there's even more. The sale of part of TikTok by Chinese firm ByteDance was raised by the specter of retaliation. Toss on top of that the pending U.S. Supreme Court battle following the death of Justice Ginsburg, and the DC swamp is much more concerned with their own political aspirations than actually helping the American people, causing fears that there will be no more stimulus until after the election. Combine all of this, and the market is panicking. The Democrats want to keep the economy shut down because that way they can blame it all on Trump. And then the Republicans, they don't want to do anything to make a deal because they want to be able to blame the Democrats. Honestly, I am just so sick and tired of all of this crap from both political parties. Now, back to the story at hand. Apple stock was $112.62 on Tuesday morning. And Thursday morning, when I'm writing this script, it was down in pre-market to $105.58 a share. And that is a loss of $7.04 per share. Now, currently, I own just over 784 shares of Apple, causing a paper loss of just over $5,500 to me, and based upon pre-market values. Tesla is a similar drop from their high of $424 on Tuesday, now down to $360 in pre-market values. That drop is just over $63 per share, and I own 276 shares, which is a loss of $17,611. Combine the losses of both of these, and I have lost over $23,130 of net worth in the past 24 hours. And this is not considering the other 80% of my portfolio that is in other stocks, which pretty much sadly are pretty much down at the moment too. So am I worried? Am I panicking? Is it time to sell everything? No, and hell no. Remember, these losses are only realized if I actually sell these shares. And it is possible that they will continue to drop a little bit as fears of a second wave of the pandemic are abound. And as long as DC Swamp refuses to give any of the needed stimulus to the people, small businesses are just going to be harmed and the economy is going to suck. But honestly, in the long run, I know these two businesses and the rest of the ones I'm invested in will do very well. And for this reason, I feel now is a buying opportunity. Yes, I have said it, the shares are probably going to go down a little bit more, but in the long run, Apple and Tesla will increase in value. Now, so far in today's video, I have harped on the loss in today's value. But actually, I'm still technically up for my purchase price. For Apple, across all of my shares, I averaged a cost basis of $78.39. So now, some of them were purchased at about $120 a share before the stock split. But even with all that in mind, I'm still up $21,316 in profit since I purchased my Apple shares. For Tesla, I am in a similar boat where my average cost basis was $296.19 per share, for a total purchase price of $81,748.44. Thus, this is resulting in an actual profit of $35,339.04. If you add all of these up together, I am easily up over $50,000. Well, this isn't entirely true, as I'd already sold some of my Tesla and Apple stocks before the split was announced, and I was able to pull off enough profit off the table that pretty much all the Tesla stock that I own now was pretty much completely free, as I had pulled out my initial $10,000 investment back in March. Wow, I know that was a lot of numbers at one time, but the key to remember is no, I am not selling. No, I am not freaking out. But I'm also not going crazy investing a ton of money into the stocks right now. Why? If I had a ton of extra cash just sitting around, heck yeah, I'd be picking up Tesla and Apple stock, and even some S&P shares on the cheap. But most of my free cash that I had was used up and purchased these stocks back in March. Right now, the rest of my available cash I'm keeping as cash reserves in case some of my rental tenants are unable to pay their rent due each month due to the current stimulus situation. Plus, I'm also trying to acquire some more multifamily units, and I'm also looking to purchase a 12-unit commercial strip center that I'm in escrow for. So my money's kind of tied up right now. So what should you do? Well, remember, the lawyers that I have chained up in my basement, they get a little rowdy whenever I talk about laws and investment advice. So they want me to make sure it's clear that I am not a certified financial advisor, I'm not a CPA or anything like that. I'm just some random dude on the internet that has dogs walking in and out of his studio constantly. With that in mind, I feel as long as you have a long enough time horizon of 5 or more years before you need the cash, then your investments are pretty much sound right now. Now, just keep your stocks, and if you have any extra cash, and I mean actually extra cash, that you don't mind investing for the long term, don't gamble away your rent or your mortgage money. But if you're willing to invest it for the long term, then I would purchase these while we're on our red days and the dips. Eventually, the pandemic will be over. Businesses will be back open, and the market will be back to booming. Now, I wrote this script earlier this morning on Thursday, and now it's the afternoon, which is as soon as I was able to get into the studio, and Apple stock is already up $4 a share and Tesla's up $14 a share. So it's kind of a short-lived loss. But I still know there'll be a little bit of up and down ride for a little while during this whole pandemic. I still stand behind my assessment that in the long term, both of these stocks will be great investments. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps with this YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video, which will be out in about an hour or two. Thanks.